Hello, TJ. Thank you for being so patient with me. I just have had a crazy week. Normally I get my readings out much earlier than this. It's just been a totally nutty week. But thank you for being patient. I normally get my readings out much quicker than this. So I'm going to do the traditional Celtic for you, since it's a much more involved spread and you kind of wanted clarification on the career and the relationship. But it was a little bit more vague. It wasn't very specific, so I felt that the Celtic was a better choice for you. Sorry it was the same price, but I think this one is going to be much more talkative. I am using the Illuminated Tarot deck. It's a really pretty deck, so I think you'll enjoy it. And I'm going to go ahead and cut it in half. Right, I'm going to start laying it out, and then I will tell you which each card is. Oh, yay, got the sun. I just felt to use this deck with you. They're really big cards, so I apologize. Okay, so the first card that we have, and I'm going to go fairly slow because this is somewhat of a I like it. It's a very expressive deck. This is crazy. So you got the Death card. I was originally going to use a different deck, and I did shuffle and I did start it, and you did get the Death card in the same position. But I thought, I'm not jiving with this deck. But anyway, okay, so current situation. You have the Death card. So it's about the cycle of creation, destruction, and renewal. It's about change. So it's wonderful. It's a wonderful card to get. And then what's complementing you. So anyways, so current situation, there's a lot of change happening. So do not be resistant to it. Okay. This is saying change is inevitable. So don't be resistant to it. What's complementing it, which is, so the Death card is card of Scorpio. What's complementing it is the Leo card, Seven of Diamonds. So this is the star, hope, healing. So current situation is a lot of change happening. Embrace that change. And the change is all good. The change is hopeful. It's moving forward. Now, as far as the time frame goes of a couple years, tarot doesn't go too far into the future. It's more reading current energy. Okay, so I don't know if that helps you at all. So reading current, and as you're going now, you have a lot of change coming up for the better. And again, this is probably the most positive card you could get. What's in your headspace? I love it. We have the Queen of Hearts. So part of your question, I think, was your love life. So the Queen of Hearts is kind of like the Queen of Cups. Okay, so the Queen of Hearts is, I don't know, warm and fuzzy, nurturing, really good relationship dynamic. And she's coming up in your headspace. She's also similar to the Empress. So she's mother energy. So this is, and this is about fertility and responsibility, but it's what's heavily on your mind. So I don't know if in your relationship, if you're in a space where, looking at children, but this is definitely something that's on your mind. This is, wifey, mommy material. Okay. That's what's on your mind. So that's what you definitely are looking for. Okay. So this is a long-term relationship that you're currently in. In your recent past, all right, we have the Nine of Clubs. All right. And I'm going to show you a picture of the Nine of Clubs. All right, so he's coming up in your recent past. And he represents clarity, simplicity, and a new life. So he's coming up in your past, but it's something that moving forward is very important to you. So this is about like brand new responsibilities, clarity, and actually trying to simplify everything. Okay, moving forward. He's coming up in your past, so I like him. I definitely like him. And these aren't really reversed or upright. These are kind of both. As you can see, they're kind of duplicitous. So really, again, it's about clarity, simplicity, and a brand new life. And I like that that's coming up in your past, because it's kind of like spurring us on into the future. So then we go to the future, and you have the Four of Diamonds. Okay, let me show you this picture. Four of Diamonds. This could be a warning about debt, being too materialistic, all right? And it can be a little bit of a card of being, watching your money, making sure that you keep your generosity open. It's kind of like attracts like. So the more money you spend, the more money you make. And I'm not talking about debt. I'm talking about paying it forward sort of a scenario. So, not just like spending money just willy-nilly. It's more calculated than that. But being that this is in your future, because I think you're going to have, some monetary success. So you want to pay it forward, or I don't even know if that's the right term, but you want to share. So, this is kind of a warning to not become miserly. Don't go into debt, so don't overspend, but then don't become miserly. This is kind of like handling your money. And it's coming out in the future. So I hope that makes sense. I tried to be as succinct as I could. All right, so the next card, which represents, it's the Two of Hearts. You can see that. And this represents how you feel about your current situation, which again, when your current situation is a lot of change, which is this Death card, and then it is complemented by basically this Sun card, which is new hope, new beginnings. So you have a death and a rebirth, which is the death of negativity, or the death of maybe an old way of thinking, an old way of being, and then coming into your own. So the way you feel about that is the Two of Hearts. And the Two of Hearts is balance, moderation, give and take. It's the Temperance card. Okay, so it's like equal give and take. It's also the Soulmate card, because the Two of Cups represents soulmates. So this is how you feel about the situation. You feel that this person in your life is, which I think is Dawn, right? Is your soulmate. This is how you feel about the situation, okay? And this is the situation we're talking about. We're talking about a death. Maybe it was even a breakup, or it was a death of bachelorhood. And then receiving new hope and a brand new lease on life, so to speak. So this is this Two of Cups. This is how you feel. So this is definitely soulmate energy, all right? And then we have external influences, okay? We have the Three of Swords. So the Three of Swords kind of talks about, especially coming up in your external. Swords is your suit. It is the suit of the air signs, right? So Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. And the Three of Swords is, it's not my favorite card, and it coming up in your external, I actually might have to take, oh, it's not, okay, this is a weird deck. It's the Three of Swords or the Three of Spades. Okay, so the Three of Spades, and again, I might have to take a clarifier. Actually, okay, well, it's coming in your external, all right? So this is the card of healing, all right? So it's about moving beyond sorrow. It's about understanding your own feelings. I don't know. I feel like I need to take a clarifier on this one, only because it's coming up in your external influences. So I'm not quite sure why this is coming up. I do need to take a clarifier. All right. All right, so we have the 3 of clubs. So we have 2 3s. So to clarify because the 3 of swords or the 3 of spades is kind of like healing. It's healing time after heartbreak. So you're on to bigger and better things. So, okay, so we have 3. We have 2 3s here. 3 of swords, which is the original card in your external, and we have the 3 of clubs, which is efforts rewarded and success in business. So this is kind of healing, taking care of yourself, and good things, positive things coming up. And this is external. So I do like this 3 of clubs coming to you in your external. That's like a beautiful, yeah, a lot of good things to come for you in your external. After some healing time. So again, I think you're in a huge transition now with this death card, and then seeing that, maybe you are healing from just past disappointments, I feel like. So in your hopes and fears, it's interesting. We have the 3 of hearts in the hopes and fears. So the 3 of hearts is camaraderie and party celebration. So this is your hopes, is that, you know what, it's all going to be gravy or uphill from here. This is coming up in your hopes and fears. Obviously, I'm reading this as a hope. There is no other way to read this card. This is a very hopeful, celebratory card, and it's coming up in your hopes and fears. So you're well on your way. I think that you're coming at a particularly rough or hard spot, and I think it's been, I don't want to say you just came out of it, but there's definitely a transition here. And it's almost like this feeling of like, man, everything is coming together. What's going on? Everything's coming together. So you have this like, it's like, I don't know if you want to celebrate yet, but you're really definitely, about ready to celebrate. And then in your outcome, yes, we have the most beautiful card that we could pull. This is the 1111 wish card, the 4 of clubs, which is the marriage card. It's the marriage card. It's the marriage card. So this is a fabulous reading. So again, current situation, we have death, the death card, which is about transformation, death, rebirth, complemented by the sun card or the 7 of diamonds, which is about hope, wish fulfillment. I love it. Heavily on your headspace here is the Queen of Hearts, which is the Empress, basically, and this is about fertility. This is about wifey. This could be about having children as well, and that's on your head, in your mind. In your recent past, we have the 9 of clubs, and the 9 of, oh my gosh, the 9 of clubs, again, is clarity, simplicity, moving on to a brand new life, simplifying things. And then we go to the future. We have the 4 of diamonds. This is really the only warning, is that there's got to be a happy medium. So I think that moving on to the near future, it is important not to go into debt, but it's also important not to be miserly. This is kind of like spend your money wisely, save your money wisely. Because I do feel like this isn't not that this is necessarily a card of abundance, but this is talking about abundance, because you can get into debt when you have a lot of abundance, as well as when you don't have abundance. So I look at this card as just paying it forward, okay? And then moving forward, the foundation for your spread. Oh, we didn't do this one. I'm sorry. The foundation of your spread. Yes, we have the King of Diamonds, which is basically the money king. I'm sorry. That was like one of the most important cards that we did not go over. Okay. Sorry. In the foundation for your spread, you have the King of Diamonds, generosity, happiness, overall contentment. And he is the CEO. He is the King of Diamonds. So you have the Queen of Hearts and the King of Diamonds, and they go together perfectly. They're not a suited pair, but they're still they're still very powerful. And then going over here, how you feel about your current situation. We have the Two of Cups, which is the Temperance card, Patience, also the Soulmate card. Equal give and take in a relationship, yin and yang, okay? And then moving on to your external influences, the first card we pulled was the Three of Swords, which is kind of coming out of a tough situation, kind of coming out of a tough spot, healing from that, learning, and then really building something nice. If you think of a tripod, this Three of Clubs is about prosperity, new business, a business venture, okay? And then hopes and fears, Three of Hearts, party, celebration, outcome, Four of Clubs, which is the 1111 wish fulfillment, marriage card. This is marital bliss. This is happy home life. So honestly, fabulous stuff. Really the only negative thing here is this Four of Diamonds in the future, which again is about handling your money appropriately as you see fit, obviously, but not too much miserliness, but not too much spending. So TJ, I hope this helps. And thank you once again for being very patient with me. Normally, I don't take this long. I hope you enjoyed the deck. I really kind of felt like, because you live in Florida, I felt like this is such a bright, sunny deck. But this is really, really good. And to wrap it up, I mean, there's a really good, yeah, you're coming up as the King of Diamonds. So, you know, again, the Queen of Hearts does talk about fertility. So if you're not trying to have children right now, but I think eventually coming up in your headspace, that's something that's important to you. So for the long term, and again, I don't have a time frame for this, but the long term is looking great for the relationship because you have the marriage card, you have the Empress, and there's much to be celebrated, And again, I think you're coming out of a hard transition, moving into much calmer waters. Not that it's time to rest. There's nothing about that. It's just, it's time to kind of, this hard work is going to pay off, is basically what I'm saying. So I hope you enjoyed the reading. Sorry again, it took me so long to get this out, and it's late at night, but I hope you enjoy it. Please let me know how you feel. I'm going to upload this to you now, and thank you again.